Hmm. Are we live? Oh, we are live. Okay, cool. Yo, guys, it's me, Matrix here, coach of the Welsh Wailords. Today, I bring you the long-awaited final of the UGA Season 2 Johto Division, where it'll be me versus Tyler and the Sommerville Scraggys. Now, I've only played Tyler once, and that was in the VDL, the end season of the VDL Season 3. Where he was running a sand team, I was running a similar team to what I'm running this week against him, actually. Um, God, it's been a long time coming, this match. We've been waiting, trying to schedule it, and so a few things have gone wrong on my end, and then the rescheduled dates, something popped up for Tyler. So, but the important thing is we're finally here, we're finally about to battle. I think we're going to battle about an hour from now. I'm a little bit nervous, so I'm just talking to you guys for a minute whilst I am waiting. I haven't really had a lot of time to do many calcs to my team or really figure out how I want to counter Tyler's team. I mean, if I just get his team up here, I'm not going to be able to show you guys, but um, I'll. This is just me talking for a bit. I believe this is going to be commentated over by like Brian and Jedi possibly, so I'll mute myself when I come to the actual game. Uh, I'll do maybe a quick intro saying it's here, we're about to play, but we'll see, we'll see. Um, but yeah, so the team are right here. Open prep sheet. So yeah, we've got everyone. So we know my team: Pikachu, Metagross, Ninetales, Moltres, Aromatisse, Drampa, Fungus, Spectria, Primarina, Mienshao, and Arctivish. I've brought them all a fair few times. Um, but this time, we're up against the Sommerville Scraggies. And the Sommerville Scraggies have got Inteleon G-Max and Togekiss, which weakness policy straight there. They used it in their semi-final match. Kind of worrying to see Togekiss if that's going to be weakness policy. There's Gudra, another weakness policy mod that could be used with Inteleon, and Gudra has such a high special defense, it's so hard to take out. Especially for my team, which is primarily special attackers, it's going to be difficult. Comfey, my worst nightmare. Tisserina, I mean, do I really need to say more about Comfey? Let's be going back to that. Do I need to say more about Comfey? We've all seen the videos of me playing against Comfey. It never goes well. Although I know I need to target it down. It's going to be running Babry Berry. Metagross can take it out if it's at +2, even with Babry Berry, or I knock it off and hit it with a Max Steel Spike or something. But yeah, so there's Comfey. There's Serena, which again, great mon, love it. Stops me from doing any priority based shenanigans to him, but I don't really have a lot of priority on my team anyway, other than maybe Fake Out, which he could be bringing Serena to stop me from doing like Fake Out with Mienshao or Pikachu. Type Null is there. I don't think we'll see Type Null. If it does come, I'm not overly worried. Well, I should say that it can't be crit. So, like, if he gets Iron Defense boosts onto it, it'd be a bit hard. But Mienshao should be okay against it with a knockoff onto it and that. Metagross just keep boosting itself, and Titanol can't really do anything against it. Regirock is a bit of a threat. High defense, good special bulk if in Sandstorm, and if it's being ran AV. Could be ran weakness policy, but it's not going to be doing too much to Metagross if it is. Cobalion and Drakloak obviously is a good combination, but I think I'm more worried about the supportive set that the Drakloak could run, like Will-O-Wisping me and stuff, which is, again, I'll get into in a minute. A beat-up Cobalion actually doesn't have much coverage to deal with a coaching into Metagross. So I don't know if that's the best strategy he'll run. I'm kind of more worried about that Gudra and the Togekiss personally, because although I've got the Fake Out from Mienshao into the Comfey, I still can't one shot it if it's being ran with Babry Berry. So like he's going to be able to get that off no matter what. It might end up being better for me to just allow him to get that policy boost off or something, and then hit him with a max steel spike with a knockoff, but a +2 Gudra is going to be doing big damage to me either way. So I am seriously worried about a Gudra Comfey lead. It's probably going to be the hardest thing for me to deal with. Especially trying to outbulk it and outsurvive, it's just not going to go overly well. Then there is the Scraggy, which is his only fake out support, is only dark type, and yeah, so with foul play and stuff, sab foul play, it can be doing some work to Metagross, so I wouldn't be surprised if it does come. Again, it'll be Eviolited, and once you get a knockoff onto it, and then you can get a fairy move onto it, it goes out pretty quick. I don't actually think I'm running a fairy move on my Ninetales this week. So it might come, it might not. Well, that's enough of staring at this screen for a few minutes. Let's have a look at the actual team then. So this is what I'm going to bring against him. I don't know if it's going to do amazingly. I'm running really standard stuff. There's not really a lot of room here to create these creative sets. So I'm running standard Metagross weakness policy with enough special bulk to just survive like some max flares and stuff at +2. But Metagross, I don't think I'll be leading anyway. As long as I can get Metagross to a point where it outspeeds the Gudra, I'll be okay. Mienshao, nice little Mienshao set here. I'm running it Regenerator instead of Inner Focus because he's got no Intimidate. He's got Boltund as well, which I forgot to mention. Boltund is super annoying with Nuzzles and Charms and Eerie Impulses and Electrify, so that could be a real problem for me. Luckily, he has no ground types to synergize the Electrify with, but nonetheless, he could go for like Soak and Teleon and just do some damage for like that way. So, but we got Mienshao with Coaching, Fake Out, Knockoff, and Close Combat. I've been running Rock Tomb a lot with it, but this week I've given it up for a knockoff. We're running a slightly more offensive Spectre than I typically run, but still not super offensive. It's there basically to do the general stuff, which is Shadow Ball, which is nice damage. Will-O-Wisp just to get the burns off onto his physical threats. Bulldoze for obviously the Metagross and lowering his speed and stuff like the Gudra will be lowering speed and stuff, so it'd be nice to do that. And Taunt is just to stop that stupid Comfey from being too annoying on the field by doing floral healing and trick rooming and ally switching and stuff. So it's still there to do something. We got Ninetales, which is running Freeze Dry, which is just a nice stab ice move, I suppose, which can also hit the Inteleon for super effective damage, especially if I feel like he's going to be giving me hassle with like a weakness policy set or something, then I can just go for a Mienshao Ninetales lead and either fake it out and freeze dry it or something. But Aurora Veil and Safeguards to stop like Nuzzles, Yawns, Will-O-Wisps. Aurora Veil obviously is what I'm aiming to do to get Ninetales' only job, and then Icy Wind and Freeze Dry, which is why I'm not running it Sash, to be honest, because as soon as Ninetales is done its job, I want it to kind of just get out of there, to be honest. So I'm running it likely. Spectre is being run Focus Sash, and Mienshao's being run Roselli Berry so it can tank a hit from a priority Draining Kiss from Comfey. Ninetales, Arctivish is going to be a staple of this team for this week, I think, with Fisher's Rend and Icicle Crash being the only moves I'm actually running on it. It's getting Aurora Veil in case I want to set a Veil up and Safeguard at the same time, or if I want to get speed control with Ninetales whilst being fast enough to set Aurora Veil with Arctivish could be pretty clutch. I've got it slightly faster than a Scarfmon would need to be outspeeding my Spectrius, so at 200 and something. And it should also cover for like a minimal speed Togekiss this way. So like with its speed being at 201, which is 103, I think, at level 50. It's just to allow me to get to the point of outspeeding mons that he might have EV to outspeed after a +1. So like there's no need to be super this fast with Arctivish because of his fastest mons are like 190. But I just want to cover for that option, especially if he's going to be going for a Choice Scarf Dracloak set. He might not go all the way up to like, he might just go to 201. So in Hail, I go to like 204 just to be on the safe side. Fisher's Rend obviously needs no introduction. Icicle Crash is pretty decent. Aurora Veil, and I'm putting Protect on it just because I don't really know what else other move to put on it. I'm not planning on maxing Arctivish, so it could be nice to just bait a move out and just protect against it. And then Fungus, which is good this week because I'm running it with, I think I'm actually running it with Regenerator as its ability. But Rage Power obviously is good to just redirect some of his mon stuff. Like, obviously it won't be able to redirect Comfey, but I can clear smog his Togekiss. I can clear smog his Regirock. I can't clear smog his Cobalion, but I can put something to sleep. This Fungus is able to survive a max airstream, I think, from a Jolly Cobalion. It doesn't really survive much from a +2 from a Togekiss, so like not much point investing in the special defense on that side. It's able to redirect away from the Inteleon, which could be running safety goggles. But then all these things are like all these mons that if they are running safety goggles, then they're not running Focus Sash, and they're not running Choice Scarf. So it means that there's other options for both mons. Pollen Puff. It's nice to just be able to heal your own mons, I suppose. And obviously Spore is just good to be putting things to sleep. So, and that's the team. I think there's about an hour yet before the match. We'll see what we can do. Just making sure the abilities are right. Regenerator, Slosh Rush, Snow Warning, Grim Neigh, Regenerator, and Clear Body. Yeah, that's fine. That's the last thing I need is to bring the wrong ability mon. I did that with a Politoed in a final once. I brought Damp Politoed instead of Drizzle. So that was a fun experience. Still managed to get the win. Hopefully, this team is enough to get the win. The idea really is to just lead the Hail duo, bring Metagross in the back with either Mienshao or Spectria. Metagross is basically my max target 9 times out of 10. Spectria comes in from the back, and as long as I maintain speed control with like Ninetales in the front, then Spectria should be able to outspeed everything on his team. I either set off Metagross's weakness policy, Bulldoze, and lower speeds even more. Will-O-Wisp, something that's physical, that's threatening, or just Revenge Kill and get the Shadow Ball and just start rolling with Grim Neigh. Mienshao is similar premise, but only it comes in from the back. It can either fake something out, or it can coaching the Metagross if it's on the field, boost its attack and defense. It can knock off a mon so that I can actually get the damage I want to do, or to stop weakness policy from being hit. Which is a shame that I haven't got I can't fake out and knock off at the same time. So love to be able to fake out the Comfey and knock off the Goodra or something. But it's what it is, and yeah, and Fungus is just there as an alternative if I want to lead maybe Fungus and Metagross, or Fungus and Spec Mienshao or something. It's just there if I think I need it. So we'll see. Anyway, I will catch you guys in a bit. I'll see you in the video. Yo guys, it's me, Matrix here. Just realised I was talking without the mic being turned on. Um, I just want to just quickly go in, put an input there after what happened at the end of that match. We saw that Tyler disconnected. He decided to just forfeit the end game as he said that there was little to no point as he had lost his two mons. The speed had dropped on the type null. So whatever I had in the back, which was Metagross and Mian Xiao would have easily have cleaned up the type null, and the Metagross was still free to max against whatever was else he had in the back on his side. I don't actually know what he had in the back yet, but it was looking more likely that I would win, especially with the fact that I had a fake out user for the Comfey and I could easily dispatch of the type null with the Metagross, I think, in that range. Or I just straight up KO the Comfey at that turn or something. Either way, Tyler just decided it wasn't worth to play, especially with on his end, he had a lot going on. And he because what you don't know is that we were supposed to play at a certain time type thing, but certain things came up, so it got pushed back even later into the night at my time in the evening on his side. So he needs to go deal with some work stuff, and it was just perfectly understandable. Like in real life, stuff comes first after all. But that is why the disconnect happened, and we won't be recreating it or anything. There's just no need. But yeah, that's the game. We win 2-0 versus Tyler, which is better than I expected I'd do. Not going to lie. I think I did my most prep for this match minutes before the match when I was trying to plan how I would do like a little flowchart type thing of a Gudra lead or a Togekiss lead, like how I would handle it. I think the Hail mode did really well. I've not really had a lot of opportunities to really showcase the Hail mode this season, so it was nice to get it a bit of limelight in the final. The type null really scared me, I'm not gonna lie. My plan was to always bring Spectre in the back, but I was so worried about type null being one of his mons in the back and then him dealing with some of my other mons, and then I just didn't have an answer to it with Spectre, so I had to bring Mian Xiao in the back, which I think was fine. I know Mian Xiao never touched the field, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, Tyler's prep also took a bit of a hit because he made the mistake of creating a team but not checking if some of the moves on the mons were legal in VGC. So they were past generation moves. So, for example, we saw that the Regirock was took a Vicious Rend from a Life Orb Adamant Arctofish. When I saw that, I was like, that's very defensive. It was max defense, and the reason for that is because it was always supposed to be able to take a max steel spike or a Vicious Rend from my Arctofish or from my Metagross, and it was supposed to have counter on it, which is a move it doesn't get this gen. And to be fair, that would have been really good against me. It would have one-shot the Arctofish or done mad damage to the Metagross without having to max himself. So I see why that was a good strat there. His other strat was a knockoff on Serena, Scarf Serena, but Serena doesn't get knockoff this gen. But his idea for that was to knock off the weakness policy, but what he didn't realize is that weakness policy is activated before the item can be knocked off, just the order of events that the coding takes. So if it done that, would have been better for me, to be honest. It would have activated my policy for me. So that's one thing. And then I noticed in game one, he revealed pretty much the entire team's items, which is helpful because I knew I knew the item of the type null as well, because it's going to be Eviolite, it always will be, unless he's running something really bizarre. I do think that in game two, it was a mistake to have sword stance the second time. Maybe he should have gone for an attack there, but it's what it is. But no, as I say, I noticed in game one that the Inteleon must have been scarfed, and he scarfed Aqua Jetted turn one, which I didn't realize he was. That's what he'd done. Obviously, why he switched out was because of the scarf Aquajet, which really helped me because I wasn't planning to attack it that turn anyway, so I doubled into the Kiss. Togekiss could have max guarded there and really helped the position better. But I suppose I got a little bit lucky there. Maybe he didn't expect me to double up into the Togekiss or for it to have done that much damage. The Togekiss, obviously, we saw his weakness policy. I later saw that the Inteleon must have been like max speed Scarf because it was moving before my Arctivish, which is actually sped. EV spread is to outspeed any Scarf Mons that is to just speed creep my Spectria. So I'm trying to speed creep a speed crept Scarfmon on the Spectria, but the Inteleon to be that fast, it must have just been running like max speed or something. But it was really handy to know because then I knew for later games that he was just always going to be choice locked into whatever he was using. And Aurora Veil being on both Arctivish and Ninetales was really helpful in both games because it gave me the options to be able to choose which one I wanted to set with and which one I wanted to do damage or disrupt with. So that was really nice. And for example, in game 1, where I knew that this lead he'd used previously in the semi-final match with Masenko, so if he hadn't have used it there, I probably wouldn't have been as aware of it. But then again, he might not have won if he hadn't have used that lead there. So revealing one of his final tricks just before playing against me, I was more aware of this lead, and I felt like that was his best bet against my Metagross damage-wise. So when I saw that was the lead, I prepped that I need to get Veil up on at least one of my Mons, and then I thought the best way to do it was to go for an Icy Wind because I expect him to be going for a Max Flare to reset the weather instead of an Airstream. If he'd gone for an Airstream, then he would have negated my speed, and it means that Metagross would be underspeeding the following turn. However, Arctivish would be faster and still doing big damage. So I felt like I had a good enough answer for what happened in that game 1, and that's why it went the way it did. And then game 2, I think Tyler was just a little bit stressed out a little bit from in real life stuff and just a few misplays in his prep and plays. But otherwise, it was a good game to end the UGA season on. Well, the Johto Division anyway. I believe now this means that we'll be facing Jay Placey in the Grand Champions tournament later this week. I am excited, really, at the prospect of even more games to play. Anyway, I think this video's trailed off long enough by this point. It was just a rundown of some of my post-match thoughts. I will catch you all next time. Stay tuned. We've got some more matches to play, it seems. Thanks for following and watching up till now. See you later, guys.